Oh, thank you for the disclaimer. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator, a slice of lifestyle school setting where anything and everything is possible. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher, become a straight-A student or rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? Skirt. Sounds good. And how about your name? What should we call you? It's Lion. Lion, huh? Are you sure you like that name? Yeah, that's my name! When you say it that way, I'm not sure anymore! But it's my name! Alrighty then. Then let's head inside. Hi, my name is Lion. I'm a transfer student to the amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a big, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this new school. I glanced down my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So, where is the teacher? As I step into the room to let in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall, white piece from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be... hello? My name is Kinger. Oh, you must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of a genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named, what's your name again? I'm Lion. Look forward to learning with you all. I hope we can all be friends. Don't mess with me and we'll all be good. I'm always down for a good time! Like we all know what we're here for! Oh, rightio. Oh, go on in. Take any open seat, Lion. Most of our students don't bite. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. The girl in colorful hat and sailor uniform. I've seen way too much Rule 34 of you! I sit next to the shy-looking girl with a comedy mask and a ribbon body. Not my favorite. Mismatched figure with a bored look on their face. How do I feel about Zubo? I mean, they're cool, but they're not really my type. Oh, Ragatha! Ragatha! Oh, we all know why we're here! Can I? I sit on Kinger's open seat behind his desk. The chess piece blinks at me for a moment before surveying the other open desk. He seems content to let me take his seat. I guess you're the teacher now. The mismatched figure speaks up, raising their hand before calling out to Mr. Kinger. Very funny, Kinger. You have to teach the class. Now make them pick another seat. Mr. Kinger looks at me apologetically. Sorry, but them's the rules, kid. God damn! Well, we all know who I was gonna pick. We all know I was gonna pick him anyway. Let's go. I sit down next to the purple rabbit. He looks bored by Mr. Kinger's lecture. As I take a closer look, I see his name is written on a nameplate on his desk. Apparently, his name is Jax. As I get a closer look at Jax, I also see he's working his jaw. Is he chewing gum? He catches me look at him, and I almost apologize for staring, but I can see he isn't offended. Instead, he grins quietly before putting a finger up to his lips. He takes the chewed gum between his gloved fingers, reaching out towards the girl in front of us. The girl in front of us has a ribbon for a body and a comedy mask for a face. She's paying close attention to Mr. Kinger's lecture, and Jax is reaching out with the gum on his hand. Is he going to stick it on her mask? I want to warn her, but I know that this is what he wants. So I want to see what happens. Jax reaches forward with practiced stealth, sticking the wet wad of already been chewed gum to the ribbon girl's mask. I'm sorry! The ribbon girl lets out a quiet shriek of discomfort, flailing her arms as she desperately pulls away from Jax. Ew, ew, ew! Jax! What is that? What did you do? Ew! Her whining and desperate flailing is a little funny, even as she feels around blindly behind her mask. Her movements attract the attention of Mr. Kinger. What is going on? He seems aware something is going on, but he doesn't seem to know what. How is this guy teaching us? Jax is just picking on Gangle again. The mismatched figure pipes up from next to Gangle, who is evidently the ribbon girl that Jax just stuck his gum to. Here, Gangle, let's go to the bathroom so we can wash it off. Oh, yes. Oh, carry on then, Zubul. Nothing phases its teacher. Zubul glares daggers into the rabbit as they leave. What? It was funny, right? Back me up here. Jax turns to face me. It was hilarious. Jax smirks as I take his side. It was a pretty good prank. You're not too bad, new kid. Maybe you can teach these losers how to grow a new sense of humor. I smirk back. Maybe things at the school won't be so bad. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to the place when something burst into the room. Oh, Principal Kane! How exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger! Class! How do you do? Principal Kane extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With a sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slam shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth like they're not solid objects. Lion? Wasn't expecting you here. Manic enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason why you're here, Kane? Zubul speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Kane perks up. Ah, that's right! The reason I'm here, to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience, one filled with fun, danger, adventure. The danger in a school setting? He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakneck speed until even I can't tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in, students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Kane bites on his hands in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet tooth students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President? Kane shoots the bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You see, my little Tomar Emeralds, what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters? A competent principal? Adequate funding? Kane shakes his head. Wrong, and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy. We gotta keep the interests of our investors after all. Gods! I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger. I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg or two. As abruptly as he appeared, Kane darted out of the room, disappearing from view as he headed to his appointment. Alright, class. Let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the Culture Festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zubul and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. You mean your yaoi? Pomni and Jax, look up what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like the idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Yuri! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zubul and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson plan and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day... First half?! I worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I pick up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. The library, maybe Pomni or Jax is there trying to figure out what a culture festival is. Lunch back to the classroom, sat alone. There's nobody I felt particularly close to. I mean, I do love Funny Bunny. I do love him. Let's go. I walked into the library with my tray in hand. I peered through the rows of dusty, cluttered shelves, and I saw Jax and Pomni by the tables in the middle of the library. Even from here, I can tell Jax is up to trouble. He's tapping his foot impatiently and pacing back and forth. I can barely make out Pomni craning her neck to peer up into the tall bunny's yellow eyes. As I gingerly maneuver between the shelves, trying to avoid spilling the cream corn casserole I brought from the cafeteria, I can make out some words. Going to with Kinger asked us to. I couldn't hear Jax's response, but I don't have to, as he mimics Pomni's mannerisms, tilting his head from side to side. As I get closer, I can hear her trying to reason with the stubborn rabbit. We should at least try to do what he said. I don't want to be the only one who didn't do anything to help. Against my better judgment, I creep closer, nearly tripping over a step stool. I managed to creep into earshot. Why? The whole thing is pointless and no one will even notice if we bail. Trust me. Jax crosses his arms, leaning back and letting out an annoyed sigh. As he leans back, he catches out of me. What? Hey, new kid! He calls out to me. What do you think? We should ditch this dumb culture fair thing, right? Their name is Lion, Jax. Second off, they were in class with the rest of us. I bet they want to stay on Kane's good side as much as the rest of us. I bet they'd rather do something like pulling an epic prank. Pomni gives me a meaningful look. Jax shoots me a mischievous grin. I feel like I should choose my response carefully here. No! But I want to stay on Jax's route! But why? I don't want gonna let them down. But Jax! But no! Damn it! Damn it. Ha! See, Pomni? New kid's cool. Alright, well, you two have fun then. She turns back to the shelves while Jax ushers me out of the library. Later, Pom-Pom. That Pomni, huh? She can be so needy. Jax smirks, rolling his eyes. Not like you, huh, new kid? I'm not sure how to proceed for a moment, but I have a feeling I know what Jax wants me to say. Yeah, I'm down for anything. I give Jax finger guns, which he scoffs at before grinning at me. You are so cringe. But since you're so eager to get on my good side, I came up with something fun for us to do. Let's go on a little field trip outside. Are we allowed to do that? Jax rolls his eyes. Jeez, you sound like a broken toy. Is that the only thing you say? I shake my head. I don't want to disappoint Jax. Which, I feel like I'm going to disappoint him anyway. Doesn't matter what we're allowed to do. It matters if we got caught. So, keep up, new kid. He finds a door leading to the field, slightly pushing it open before bounding through. You have to sprint to make it through before the door locks. The door leads us out onto a softball field. I didn't even know this school had a softball team. Jax gets on all fours, putting his head almost even with the ground as he crawls around. Is he looking for something? Jax, did you lose something out here? Aside from your marbles, clearly? Shut up. I'm looking for something. In the few hours I've known him, I've never seen Jax take anything so seriously. I get down my hands and knees too, checking each blade of grass for anything remarkable. I'm so focused I forget my surroundings, bumping face first into the seat of Jax's pants. You mean his ass? He wheels on me. Don't try to get fresh on me, new kid. I blush as I crawl back a few paces. Sorry. Jax shakes his head. Do you even know what we're trying to look for? I shake my head. I didn't want to make him angry by asking. Then how do you think you're going to find what we're looking for? I blush again as I realize he has a valid point. So, what are we looking for? A centipede. Oh no, this is for Ragatha, isn't it? Jax doesn't look amused when he has to repeat himself. A centipede. We spent the rest of lunch searching, but just as the bell rings, I find a centipede crawling near a rock pile. Hey, Jax, found one! I hoist the insect up by its rear end. It flails around as it tries to escape my grasp, its dark legs wriggling in discomfort. Jackpot! Nice job. You used my name! No, I didn't, new kid. I squint at him. You're imagining things. He puts on an unreadable smirk. Guess I'm not getting him to admit to anything. But this one's a fine specimen. Okay, what are we doing with this? Are you an insect collector? Ew, no! He shakes his head before he drops the centipede into my backpack. Hey! Calm down. We're going to put this in Ragathar's locker and then hide out and watch her open it. Why? 'Cause Ragatha hates centipedes. I pause for a moment, not fully understanding why we would do that. So why are we putting one in her locker? Because it's funny, new kid. Try to keep up. I don't know if I agree, but this is the happiest I've seen Jax since we started hanging out. Come on, I have a key to let us back inside. He pulls a ring of keys out of his back pocket. How did he get those? Looks like a set of master keys to every door in the school. Cool. Jax lets us back inside. We sneak our way up the main stairwell and are almost at Ragatha's locker when our class rep herself shows up, strolling down the hallway. Lion, what are you doing in the hallways? She tilts her head, offering me a wary smile. I've been looking for you since you didn't show up to afternoon classes. She notices Jax and her expression sours. Jax, you better be leaving them alone. Oh, come on, Ragatha. He offers a cartoonishly wide grin. The new kid actually looked for me. We even got lunch together. Ragatha looks utterly confused. Huh? Is that true? It feels like I should choose my response carefully. We had lunch together and we'll try to get back to class. Ask me to look for a centipede to put in your locker. Wait! This is even funnier! Wait! She knows! My hands fly to my backpack, seizing the terrible black insect before hurling it directly at our class rep. No part of this is voluntary. Every movement feeling like a scene out of a horror movie. No, this is just way too funny. I had to. Ah! Her one eye bucks out of her head as the centipede lands in the center of her face. Jax is laughing like a madman next to me. Holy shit, new kid! That was amazing! Ragatha fails wildly, running back to class with a centipede on her face! Kinger! She runs out of earshot as she disappears into her homeroom. Jax is still laughing, taking a seat on the floor to catch his breath. Jeez, new kid, where did you learn that? I didn't learn it anywhere, I just panicked! Jax finally gets control over its fed-up laughter after a few more moments. Well, if that's what you do when you panic, I guess I need to keep you on edge. Jax stands up, putting a hand on my shoulders as he looks me directly in the eye, grinning from ear to ear. She hates you for sure now. I bury my face in my hands! Now what? Well, school's almost over. Guess we should grab our things. I walk to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar figure swaggers up to me. Hey, new kid. You still hanging around? Yep, just getting ready to head out. What do you say? How about walk you after school today? Surprised that Jack's asking to walk me home, I run out words and just nod. Cool, let's go. The front doors open for us, and I stand outside, waiting at the curb. My parents dropped me off this morning, and I'm sure they'll be here any moment to pick me up. Jack stands next to me for a few moments. He gives me a confused look. What are you waiting for, kid? My parents. Are you waiting to get picked up too? I'm 22 years old. I haven't been picked up by my parents for 6 years? I'm going to the dorms. What? The dorms? He looks at me like I'm an idiot. The on-campus housing Kane designed for our class, where we stay when classes end? Oh, that sounds nice. I wish I was staying on campus. His annoyed expression changes. Oh, you poor little lamb. His voice drips with sarcasm. Kane really didn't tell you anything, did he? Look, Lion, I love to watch you stand out here until the sun goes down and you start shivering in your little school uniform. Jack smirks. Honestly, just imagining it is pretty funny. The smile drops from his face. Your parents aren't coming for you, he says to me in a deadpan before continuing. Come on, we need to get to the dorms before it gets too cold out. Kane only gave us summer uniforms. A chill travels through the air and I shiver in place. Jack shivers too. I'm losing my patience here. He glares at me. Jax, I'm telling you, I don't have any housing on campus. My parents are picking me up. Jax just sighs. You just don't know when to give up. He glowers before walking away from me. Suit yourself, new kid. He walks up to the dorms. Yeah, I'll show him. My parents will be here soon. An hour passes. The sun begins to sink down the horizon. Why didn't I just listen to Jax? Another hour passes. The moon is visible and the sky is darkening. It's getting really cold out here. Like, really, really cold. I looked the way Jax walked when he left me standing here. A nice warm room sounds really good right now. Where are they? I stick it out another half hour before sighing, frustrated. Did they forget about me? I walk towards the dorms, seeking shelter in the plain building. As I do, I run into Jax. Why was he heading out? Finally come to your senses, new kid? He asks, sounding tired. No, I just stepped inside because my parents forgot to pick me up. I bet they'll be here any moment. Jack's eyes narrows in annoyance, and he drags a yellow-gloved hand across his face in exasperation. Listen, new kid. Get it through your head. There is no outside world. There's the school. He points to a large brick building across from where we are. The dorms? He points to the building we're standing in. And that's it. He mutters something under his breath. Okay, then. But if these are the only two places, why were you going outside? That is... His face flushes and he turns away from me. I just wanted some fresh air. It's pretty cold outside, though. Okay, well, if everyone stays here, then I should have a room here. Show me my room if I'm supposed to stay here. I grin, comfortable in my undefeatable logic. Huh. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's go find your room so I can stop babysitting you. What? Jax grabs my hand in his as he hauls me through the hallways, but I'm not complaining. Just another way for us to hang out together. As we walk through the hallways, 1,000 questions rush through my head. We pass a traditional Japanese-style door. Gangle? We pass a door that's half blue and half red. Pomni. We pass a dark door with black and yellow caution tape crisscrossing it. Me. We pass a door that looks like it belongs in a ranch-styled home. Ragatha. We pass a sleek door with bright geometric shapes all over it. Zubal. We come to the end of the hallway, finding a plain wood door with a brass nameplate listing my name. And this must be you. I stand there in stunned disappointment. Are you going in, or... He looks sort of annoyed I haven't opened the room yet. I twist the handle and open my blonde door into... an equally blonde room! A gray mattress sits atop a wooden bed frame with a plain white pillow. A dark green comforter with a school emblem on it has been neatly folded. In the back right corner, a beaten up metal desk sits with a computer that looks almost as old as the desk. A neat stack of papers and a set of black pens and pencils have also been provided. Wow, pretty boring. I try to look around the room for anything to dispute those words, but come up empty. He walks to the center of the room and looks around at the plain interior. Not beating the NPC allegations on this one. Huh? NPC? You think Kane would have put a movie poster or something up? Guess he thinks you're boring, huh? No, I'm sure my parents just... Jax has stopped listening by this point as striding out of my room. What a waste of time. Wait, Jax, aren't you going to say good... He slammed the door in the middle of my sentence! I give up on any expectations I have for Jax being polite. Even if he skipped out and saying goodbye for the day, I feel like I might be making a connection with Jax. Maybe. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. Why did I wake up? Doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler? Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters! Principal Kane announces from what sounds like the hallway. Oh well, time to investigate. Kane, what the fuck are you trying to pull this late at night? Ha 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 ha! Zubal! His laugh is fast, forced, and manic, as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. This he blurts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because, even with the culture fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to. Which is why I've secured us a sponsorship. He stretches out the last word, using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... A drum roll plays from somewhere in the background. Ragatha looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Kane is talking about. The Wacky Watch! You see, the vendor's a Wacky Watch. I've been having trouble finding a good audience for the product. But now we have the perfect setting. Teen drama.
But we're adults. I'm actually...
Now, Gangle. I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a wacky watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist.
How did it get there? What in the...
And don't try removing them either. They've been affixed to your wrist with a very special adhesive. And if you do try to remove them, let's just say they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. I can hear Gangle begin to whine as panic sets in. Pomni tugs at her wacky watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wristwatch stays affixed, her gloves stretching like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. Regatha looks down with a resigned sigh.
Kane, I can't remove the arm with the wacky watch. What the fuck?
Principal Kane ignores her complaints as he continues his monologue. You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding we need to make it to day 5 and the culture fair, I need you wearing the wacky watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do an ad read, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your wacky watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with the culture fair. Bye! He stretches out the last syllable as his body folds in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight.
Well, I know it isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should make communicating about the culture fair easier.
With the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes.
I don't want a wacky watch.
Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Pomni pipes up.
Well, I think it could be useful, and look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw.
Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature.
That is kind of nice.
Gangle sniffles.
Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now, let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow.
Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door.
What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm?
I decide to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustration on. I flick my dorm lights off as I close my door. I check my wacky watch. I got a text from Jax. He has set his avatar to a picture of himself flipping off the camera.
The heck is up with this stupid watch? Why can't I take it off? I did not consent to this.
I laugh. That sounds like the Jax I know. You didn't miss much. Why can't I read this? Principal Kane took a sponsorship from a wacky watch to keep the school open or something. And now they're practically stuck on us. They really are. This sucks. Be subjected to Ragatha or Gangle's opinion at any time has to violate some sort of convention. Yeah, but at least we can text each other whenever, right? Also, you really should have, checked if the text would have actually fit the UI. Or given us a way to scroll up. God damn. I guess. Wait, actually, is it possible to scroll up? It was! It was possible! I just didn't know! Hope you sleep well tonight. Even though Kane snuck these wacky watches on us. I wait several minutes for a response, but nothing. I begin to pull the sheets over my head when the wacky watch buzzes with another text from Jax. Yeah, whatever. Night-night, new kid. To let the centipedes bite. As I get to sleep, I cherish the bond that Jax and I have built today. Can't wait to find out what sort of trouble we get into tomorrow. Anyway, that was the amazing digital dating sim. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And do let me know if you want me to come back and check out some of the other routes. For now, my plan is to actually just get through Jax's route. And if I feel like it, I might actually come back for the other routes. Just finish them in, their entirety. But, still,
I had fun with this one. Pretty standard dating sim affair with a school setting. And I'm curious to see where it's going to go in the following days. And yeah, definitely looking forward to the next update. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.